Just like last year, I'd like to review my annual goals. This has a dual purpose of one, being a kind of accountability marker for when I review this later on in the year, and two, hopefully encourage you to make goals too. I think it's a good habit in general to continuously improve. Hey friends! If you haven't seen it already, last week's video reviewed the goals that I had set for the previous year, but this year I have fairly similar goals in mind, but I'm digging down to make sure that they're SMART goals as well.
What do you mean by SMART?
I mean thinking about the 5 attributes that guide you when you're goal setting, which are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Last year I had 4 goals. This year I'm focusing down to 3, starting with the first, which is achieving DELE B2. The goal I made last year of wanting to achieve DELE C1 starting at B1 was kind of unreasonable. I read an article of someone achieving B2 from B1 level in 4 months, but this person did it by taking a course in a Spanish-speaking country, which is not going to happen for me anytime soon. But I'm still motivated and determined. I've been really focusing my Spanish studies since March 2020, give or take, and the goal is time-bound as I'm looking to, at the end of the year, to take the DELE test again. Technically, all of these goals are end-of-year goals, which is why they need to be broken down even more. So the actionable items for this particular goal are to continue my Spanish lessons with Alfonso, finish the Duolingo track with at least 1 unit complete by the end of each month, complete this grammar book that I got so long ago, but probably not until after Duolingo. This may not seem super exciting, but I think will help. I don't love grammar, but I don't not love grammar either. I'd also like to finally finish the first Spanish book that I wanted to read, El Alquimista. Lately, instead of scrolling endlessly, I'll read just a little bit until I don't recognize a word or a phrase or a conjugation. I'll look that up and then I'll go to sleep. Number 2, travel to a national park. Austin and I have been visiting at least 1 national park each year for a few years now. Last year we went to South Dakota for the Badlands and North Dakota for Theodore Roosevelt. And I'm not picky or anything, but it would be fantastic to get to go to the Grand Canyon. My main motivation for wanting to go to the Grand Canyon is to hike down the canyon and then back up, but unless you want to hike over 5,000 feet of elevation for 24 miles in 12 to 15 hours, you're going to need a camping permit so that you can rest in the middle at the bottom of the canyon. But wait, there's more. These permits are not guaranteed. They're given out via a lottery system or a first come first served basis if you just want to take your chances of there being any availability when you arrive. So you can see how it's kind of a big deal to get to hike that part of the Grand Canyon. This won't be my first or my second or third time applying, but nothing can stop me now from applying again. And if not, there are quite a few national parks that we haven't visited yet, so either way, I'm excited. With this amount of flexibility, the goal is achievable, and not only that, it's measurable in that either I do go or I don't. I've got a date marked on the calendar already to submit my application for the Grand Canyon camping permit, and the result of that application will determine which park I get to go to, which means that the planning can begin. As a stretch goal, I'd like to travel internationally, but with the state of the world, we'll see. Last but not least, I'd like to improve my cooking skills and develop healthier eating habits. So the plan is to take a cooking course. So let me know in the comments if you know of any great cooking courses that you've taken that you could recommend, because I'm still looking at my options. While I could use my weight or my body fat percentage as a unit of measurement, I feel like that's too much of an external factor, where in this case, I'd like to just build stronger habits. In addition to taking the cooking course to advance my culinary knowledge, I'll be tracking to see how often I cook at home with the specific measurable goal of once a week, at least 80% of the time I'm at home. My cooking skills and eating habits are something I'm just looking to make at least 1% better, which aligns with me and the type of person I'd like to become. A leaner, stronger, healthier version of myself. I do think that this being healthy is more of a lifelong journey, but this goal in particular is one of the many facets I'd like to work on. Last year, I believe that my goal wasn't specific enough, so I was kind of all over the place. But by the end of the year, I plan to be able to cook something on this or in this instead of this. In addition to those 3 main goals, I'd like to read 33 books and practice more self-care. So I made myself a schedule of things to do depending on the day of the week, ranging from something as simple as painting my nails to absolutely nothing. That's right, absolutely nothing. Late last year, someone asked me if I had 1 extra hour every day, what would I do in that given hour? And my answer? Nothing. I said that because I feel like I already do so much the rest of the day. I would like a bit of quiet, which means not trying to multitask during this time and listen to an audiobook or music, but just be. Let me know in the comments what you would do with an extra hour a day. And thanks for watching. Good luck smashing your goals, and I'll see you next week. Bye! So the guy at the counter said that I pump first and then pay. Like, did they trust me that much?